This is what I said, man. It's interesting looking at this because I could talk about this and literally it crosses. Let's say if I wasn't like naming specifics, you would think I was talking about either company if I'm discussing Marvel or if I'm discussing Star Wars because it's the same damn problem, right?
Yes.
See, this is my position on this. Star Wars is a very unique thing. Should it be printing money? 100%, no questions about it. How much did George Lucas sell his software?
4 billion.
4 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they should have made that money back. I would argue all assets combined, they should have made that money back within the first 4 years.
4 or 5 years, no problem. Yeah.
Right? Because it's a layup, right? So the thing that makes Star Wars unique, same thing that makes kind of Marvel unique, is that yes, there are individual properties within them, and yes, they are going to see success that differs, right? Some movies are going to be more or less successful than others. Same could be said with a TV show or book or whatever it may be. But, and I'm not talking about shields, I think they do come with a set of generally more sophisticated audience, general audience that's invested not just in one property, if that makes sense, right? So oh man,
Go left, young man.
yeah, that's pointing the right way.
Pointing the right way for sure.
Pointing the right direction, that's for
Definitely pointing in the right direction.
No doubt about that.
But this image means that they go, oh no, they'll never fucking never mind.
Off a cliff? Well,
yeah, I hope so. One can only hope.
When I say sophistication, what I'm meaning is, or sophisticated they are, talking about the general fan, is that most guys that are into it, right? Like they're like definitely with Star Wars, right? Same can maybe be said for Star Trek, right? Like rarely do you, you know people that know of it, not to say that normies don't exist, but when I think you put on average, the general fan of the property is very knowledgeable on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means they're very invested in its universe, not just, they may have their favorites, but they're invested in the universe as much as they are a general character or multiple characters, right? So that's a big selling point for like a Star Wars. The problem is that they've ruined their fucking universe. So, and by that, I'm not just saying with the content that's involved. I'm saying that the people that would generally be into it are not into it. And because your core demographic and your core sale is something that has now been abandoned by your general audience, everything else is going to suffer. So this is why I believe no matter how good they're claiming this Andor shit is, who cares? Who cares? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, that's the reality. You can say it's the best thing in the world. This is what I'm trying to always tell young entrepreneurs. Who gives a shit? Like, you could think that you have presented the best possible thing and you can give it to 5 random people on the street, and the 5 random people on the street thought this was a fucking masterpiece, right? And then you sold it to the general public, and the general public showed zero interest in it. And it ultimately boiled down to you losing money. So who gives a fuck? Like, who cares? Like, let's assume, I'm not saying I've seen it because I haven't, but let's assume that I take their word for it. Let's assume that it's the best fucking Star Wars shit that's come out in the last fucking 10 years. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not.
Well,
I did see it. It's dog shit.
Okay, but even if I gave it a benefit of the doubt and I accepted, I took their word for it, which you shouldn't. But even if I did, just for the sake of conversation, at the end of the day, who cares? Nobody turned out. Did Disney Plus get a big boost because it was the greatest thing in the last 10 years from Star Wars? No. So what you have right now, as I say, the enthusiasm problem, people are not into this shit. That's what it ultimately boils down to. They're not into it. They have said they rejected it. And your general core audience, which is, you would think, as any businessman looks at, even if it's their, let's say, represents, their core audience represents 30% of their sales of any general product, right? It's like the hardcore guys. Anybody that is in business, you would think, whatever you do, keep those guys happy. Because at minimum, our floor is whatever that percentage is. That's our floor that we can bank on. Imagine basically telling that 30% of your diehards to go fuck themselves.
Which
And
Kathleen Kennedy did.
that's literally what would happen, right?
We don't want these 50-year-old audience.
Yes.
That's what she said.
They don't want them. Okay. So you said, okay, all you guys who have spent all the money, who have invested both financially and emotionally into this brand, go fuck yourself. Okay. You've suffered because of it. And you've suffered greatly, because when you don't have them and you don't have normies, what are you left with?
Well, the fan is invested in the property.
Yes.
That's what a fan is invested in, whatever that property is. You tell the fan to fuck off, the fan will find another franchise to invest themselves in.
Yes.
That's what a fan does. If you don't want me, okay, that frees up my funds. I always wanted to check out Warhammer. I always wanted to check out this or that or the other. That's what a fan will do. A normie doesn't have an investment in the franchise. They just like good quality stuff or fun stuff. So with Star Wars, it had huge popularity. Was it because it was sci-fi? No, sci-fi is ridiculously hard to get people to watch. Star Wars had a massive following because it was a fun space opera that everybody, normie and fanatic alike, could relate to. Thematically, very simple. Princess, rogue, hero, very very stereotypical archetypes. Big, not difficult stuff. Evil king, evil prince. Basic stuff done well. That's how stories transcend genre.
Yeah.
When a normie is watching dog shit, it doesn't matter what genre it is.
True.
That normie's like, fuck this. I could be watching something else. Whether it be Fargo, something completely different. Whether it be True Detectives, whether it just be another show entirely. A normie is there because they want quality entertainment. They have no real investment in the franchise. They might recognize brand, but they have no investment. They don't. It's not as if they collect all the stuff and all that sort of jazz. No. Oh, this is good to take the kids to. Oh, this is a bit of fun for a Saturday. Oh, I haven't been to the cinema for a bit. Take my wife, take my husband. Let's go have a good time. A night out. When you burn that bridge, you're fucked. Because they're the ones that make up the vast majority of cinema goers. Star Wars has alienated everybody. It's alienated the fans because it wanted to create a brand new fan base. Good luck. What's the saying? It's 1,000 times easier to lose a customer than gain one. And when you tell people to fuck off, thousands of people will fuck off, and you'll be lucky to get one new person in. So their mythical audience that they wanted never transpired. Galaxy's Edge, dead. The hotel, closed down.
Yes. They've racked up some L's, huh?
Oh, they've racked up all the L's. Lucasfilm, dead. Indiana Jones, dead. Star Wars, dead. Marvel, dead. Pixar, dead. Everything is fucking, it's a graveyard there now. So never mind Last Chance, never mind All or Nothing, Hail Mary. No, they're on the pitch and the game was over 10 hours ago. And they lost.
Oh my God.
And their next move is to waste hundreds of millions of dollars on a film nobody's gonna fucking see.
Alpha Core #1's pre-order is live. Written by the legendary Chuck Dixon and penciled by Joe Bennett. Visit Rippaverse.com to grab a copy and any of the merchandise items. Be sure to also check out the animated trailer for the campaign, which is the latest project from Rippaverse Studios. Y'all be easy.